So what I'm doing here today is I'm adding some fondant. Fondant is basically, well, it's icing that they put on cakes, and we feed it to the bees instead of the cakes. It's sugar, glucose, and water. I think that's all the ingredients that's necessary. And this is about a pound of fondant. I don't know, I've never used fondant before, but we're gonna give it a go. I got a boatload of this stuff from somebody a while back for cheap, and I figured let's give it a go. But this one was always a bit iffy, even going into the winter. Underneath this little bit here is the inner cover hole. And I know these bees, all my other bees are clustering down below, but these bees are clustering high. So I think they're possibly running low on sugar or honey. So I'm going to give them a little bit of something. I was planning to put a rim over the inner cover, or beneath the inner cover, to make room for the fondant. But it's just too cold and damp, and I just don't want to expose them to that right now. So I'm just going to cut a hole, and these bees are definitely on the defensive side of things these days. Any slight vibration and they're out. I'm going to take this bag of fondant, 1 pound bag of fondant, and I'm going to take my hive tool and slice into it. A knife might have been better, but we'll see. Let's cut it open a bit. Yeah, a knife would have been better. Anyway, there we go. You need to preserve the moisture content of the fondant. So you just open up the bottom of the bag, or the patty, or whatever it is that's wrapped in. Some people use, it can just be like pollen patties as far as I understand. And so that's it right there. You can't really see this real well on camera, but there's the plastic and there's the fondant. And I'm going to put that upside down and put it right over the hole. And here's the hole. So I don't want these bees, I know these bees are defensive, so I'm just going to lift that up real quick, put that fondant, that exposed fondant right over the hole, right over the bees, and we're done. And these bees are probably going to fly everywhere now. There they are, and there goes that. That's it. So, done. That's it, done. So they have access. They're clustering up high anyway, so they have access to that fondant. So that'll be it for now, and I'll check on them. Like, that'll prevent them from starving, or it should, especially if they're clustering high. So I'll just leave that alone for now, and I think they should be good until the new year. And then if I get a nice mild day, and we do get mild days in the winter, I will come by with a rim and put this properly. Jeez, I got bees flying in my face. I will put this on properly underneath a rim, and that way it'll be right directly over the brood, which is, the cluster is probably about right here anyway. And they'll have full access to it. They can probably still do okay just coming up through the inner cover hole, but sometimes when the bees are clustering down below, or just below the top bars, it gets so cold that they can't really move up or anywhere. So you gotta just give them you gotta put the food as close to the cluster as you can. And but I think that should be fine. I think they're gonna be okay. I hope, anyway. And I'm not expecting to get a big colony out of this next spring. I just have a really nice queen that I want to breed from, and I want to keep her alive until next spring. So that's basically it. It's not going to be a robust colony in the spring, I don't think, but as long as the queen is okay, and if I can just get some queen cells off of her, then I think it's mission accomplished. So with these hives, it's a little bit windy out here. Or it can be, and so I've got over the bottom entrance I have just a piece of board blocking the wind, so it's still a fully ventilated bottom entrance, but it's just not getting strong winds blowing right up the hole. Now I suppose if wind came in this direction, it would blow through that cavity and like a wind tunnel and maybe concentrate the wind. I'm not sure. I hope it doesn't. Anyway, so this is it. There's not much I can do for these bees, but I will come by again in 2 weeks, or if I find a mild day, I'm gonna put a rim underneath that and at least maybe assess that hive. These ones are great. I'll just do a quick example of how great these bees are doing. And this is the one hive that I think is in the best shape in this location. Or the one colony, I should say. So there's a hole. Let's see if there's any bees. No, that's really nice. So they don't have any insulation, nothing going on up top. It's just that, maybe reflecting a little bit of the heat back into the hive. Maybe, maybe not.